But what happened here in Oakland? Who lived on this land? What happened to them? I've lived here my entire life, gone through 16 years of formal education, and still don't know anything about the indigenous people of this land. Like, what's up with Ohlone Park? Or Shell Mound Street? There's all these references to Native Americans, but they're so easy to not pay attention to, just fading into the background. But something happened back there in Wyoming. A door was opened that I can't close, and I can't go back. I can't pretend I don't know what I know. And I need to find out what happened here in my hometown. I walked from my house in Oakland 4 blocks to the border of Emeryville, through the brand new gentrification condominiums, past the train tracks, over to the Bay Street Mall. At the intersection of Shell Mound Street and Ohlone Way, I stop and look around. 360 degrees of development, all built in the last 10 years. It all has that new plasticky kind of feel, like it's a Disneyland set or something. 250,000 cars drive by this spot on Interstate 80 every single day. I've driven through here thousands of times, but I've never stopped to really look, to really see the land below the city. What's down there? Down there, jibba jibba down, down, jibba down, like a DJ scratching archival records. I dig in crates of the past, searching for the perfect beat. Like geologists read rocks to tell time in reverse, this land holds history carved in its flesh. Stories submerged in its structure. Starting at the surface and digging down into the unknown history of my homeland. Digging down, digging down. Ha! 2012. I stand on this land. This shopping mall owned and operated by Madison Marquette. Easy to forget where I am in the glittering glass of American gluttony. Shiny and new and on sale, 400,000 square feet of retail. Banana Republic, Bank of America, Barnes & Noble, Victoria's Secret, Old Navy, H&M, and The Gap. 264 apartments, 82 townhouses, 16 movie screens, 230 hotel rooms, 2,000 parking spaces. Adjacent, IKEA. Thick slab of pavement over earth packed hard and heavy, dead in the screaming silence of the past. Digging down. 1999. Down beneath sidewalk and streets, mall construction disturbs buried bodies. Ohlone ancestors sleep for thousands of years, wake up to the sound of blaring bulldozers, scraping their souls into steel boxes. Some bones so toxic they feel like rubber. So drunk off chemical cocktails, they're handled and disposed of as toxic waste. Others buried in unmarked mass graves, hundreds removed from their resting place to create space for the foundation of the new mall. Emeryville City Council calls desecrated cemetery progress. And stonewalls local and Ohlone community members who demand respect for the dead. Corporate officials play their game to win. Offer losers a fake 50-foot shell mound filled with whitewashed history. Adding insult to injury. Saying nothing about Ohlone burials. Nothing about the hundreds of bodies already removed, nor the thousands that remain. Nothing about the vibrant Ohlone community alive today. Digging down. 1981. Amidst rusty industry and economic decline, this land's assigned federal designation as a brownfield. Soil fully saturated with hydrogen, sulfide, arsenic, lead, DDT residuals, and petroleum hydrocarbons. The ground bubbles with acid as volatile heavy metals seep into buried bones. Bleed into Temescal Creek, run red into the bay. Muddy water poisoned before I was born. Digging down. 1924. This land is sold to Sherwin-Williams Paint Company. Their Cover the Earth logo depicts a Red paint bucket pouring blood red paint over blue-green globe, suffocating the planet as businessmen drive steam shovels, clawing and ripping the largest shell mound down to ground level. UC Berkeley archaeologist notes 692 bodies found and haphazardly destroyed. Arrowheads, knives, spearheads, mortars, pestles, ceremonial pipes, all devoured by hungry metal mouths crunching through hundreds of years of history. Shell mound material, calcium rich from shells and bones, used to pave Oakland Berkeley streets. College Avenue, Dwight Way, Interstate 80. White people paved their modern roads with bones of Ohlone ancestors. Paving their roads with bones. Walking on a people's history without regard. Digging down. Ha! 1876. The year Custer was killed and blood rained down on the Don't Life battlefield. An entrepreneur establishes an amusement park. Shell Mound Park. With horse track, carousel, train station, bowling alley, shooting range, restaurants, bars, and a dance pavilion placed directly on top of the shell mound. Wealthy white people flock from big city across the bay to dance polkas, Irish jigs, and fast waltzes on the graves of Ohlone men, women, and children. Literally dancing on Ohlone graves, dancing on their graves until prohibition slows the stream of amusement seekers to a lonely trickle. A lonely land littered with broken beer bottles and empty bullet shells. Digging down. Ha! The story expands. 1850. The story expands. Shell Mound land, part of territory colonized into California. Gold rush thieving, 400,000 49ers fiending gold, rushing to mine rivers bleeding gold. Immigrant greed speeds native genocide. Disease and murder explode like gunpowder as state leaders pay white militias $1 million to hunt for native scalps. $5 a head. While children are kidnapped and sold into slavery and the San Francisco economy swells exponentially, the shell mounds scream in silence. Digging down. Ha! The land passes hands from U.S. to Mexico, from Mexico to Spain. Digging down. Ha! 1769. Father Junipero Serra stabs the earth with Spanish flagpole. European invaders establish mission system slavery for Ohlone manual labor. Kidnap and convert children to save their souls from a Christian devil. Ohlone backs broken by guns and Bibles. Survival wrung like water from stone. A people's home gutted and burned. Fatal diseases surge in waves of widespread death. Death, 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 death. Down, down, down in this hole. I've been digging for so long. I'm tired and cold. My body aches with the pressure. My hands are blistered and bloody. It's so hard to open my eyes. The truth is so ugly. So many layers of pain. My heart's numb. Stunned by the reality of what we've become, our humanity lost in this culture of violence while the status quo is entrenched in sickening silence. This is my home. But nobody told me about the history of genocide against the Ohlone, about the toxic waste sites or the dead ecosystem. I was searching for my roots because my ignorance was a prison, but this knowledge is so hard to bear. To learn my world's built on suffering, and nobody cares, and what can I do? I'm just one person, and I'm not sure that I have the strength to deal with this hurt, and my heart is breaking. To see my home stripped naked, they destroyed and violated everything I hold sacred. And my life is implicated. Who am I to live here? Just another white man who profits from oppression severe? I don't know what to do. It's such a deep contradiction. I can feel the path beneath me heating up with the friction. But I can't ignore the voices that's been calling. The choices that I'm making. And the work I got involved in. Crawling on my hands and knees, digging in the dirt. Desperate for a way to heal this legacy's hurt. This history's so heavy. Like bones of lead, my heart is broken open. That's why this poem's read. Look, here I am on this land. I'm just a man, but my hand has been dug here. I call my home where I live. I find love here. Yet this earth is stained, gravestones and concrete. Is it worth the pain? I dig back in time and search for names, but I can't reverse the gains of my family, the hurts and the blames, the curse and the shame. I thirst for change from the plains to the coastal range, from Coattail Pro to AIM, cowboys and Indians war games. It's more of the same, the horror remains. From Wyoming to West Oakland to Iraq, soldiers ordered to bay. You can't be neutral on a moving train, nothing but full accountability. And justice will soothe the pain. My life's blood, bone, flesh won the West. Colonial conquest, destiny manifest. The U.S. Army pressed in mounted war. How many innocent people murdered and unaccounted for? How many known dead? So my family could homestead. My history is bleeding. That's why this poem's read. Are you prepared for the changes of character? Do you claim area and Native America? My life in white skin, privilege. My great-granddaddy's prophet was wrong, and mine still is my village. Built in haunted houses where they raped and pillaged. How many known dead? So my family could homestead. My history is burning. That's why this poem's read. Down. Down, 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 digging down, down, deeper into the dark. When the Christian calendar does not mark the year. When seasons cycle with acorn harvest and animal migration. A time when birds darken the sky with their wings. Grizzly bears and antelope roam through rolling hills and redwood trees. Sea otters swim in the crystal blue bay, encircled by the shell mounds. For thousands of years, the Ohlone have lived here, where the complex ecology of land and water brings an abundance of food. Shellfish, a central staple for the Ohlone. Mussels, crabs, oysters, clams, gooseneck barnacles, abalone, gathered in wicker baskets, cleaned and cooked and eaten. Shells discarded on the ground accumulate over time into mounds. Hundreds of years of shells, layers of life and death. The Ohlone buried their dead here. Bodies covered in red ochre, buried with precious possessions, abalone ornaments, elk bone whistles, bundles of raptor talons, buried in fetal position next to their families, shell mound cemeteries, sacred sites. This shell mound was the biggest around the bay, over 65 feet tall, 350 feet diameter, bigger than a city block. Built by generations of shells, bones, and earth, and rock and plants packed together like puzzle pieces. While the people collect acorns in the autumn, hunt deer in the spring, weave baskets of willow and fern root, sweat ceremonies and temescals, and sing to the spirits of the trees. Family, clans, and community councils weave the web of relations. A civilization too subtle for European eyes. But here, at the bottom of this hole, I think I can finally see how the layers of dirt in our eyes blind us. how genocide becomes normalized, and the people become lost and the truth forgotten. Their descendants walk among us. Their names secret our landscape. A street, a park, a dusty plaque on the wall. We deny their presence and we exploit their memory as we live upon their land. But if you listen close, you can hear it in the wind. The whispers of spirit. The echoes from within. Only fragments of Ohlone culture have survived the genocide. From the screaming silence comes a song. An old Ohlone song from ancient times. All that is known, this single line. Dancing on the brink of the world. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. So what I would like to do is invite you to turn to one person that you're sitting next to. Just partner up real quick with folks at your desk. And we're going to take 2 or 3 minutes just to talk about your reaction, your reflection on that piece. How are you feeling after seeing that? What are you thinking about? And if you have any questions. Just super basic. Feelings, thoughts, questions. So grab one partner, stay in your seats, grab one partner, and go for it. I'll let you know when your time's up.
Sort of sad for moving them from their grave where they are. It's like sad. They gave it up.
How were they buried?
Because they said they let them. They said they let them use. They let them use them. They let them use it to build a great big mall.
All right, go ahead and wrap up your conversations. Wrap up your conversations. Thank you, partners, for sharing. All right, so we're going to bring the focus right back up here.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's up?
That's awesome. So I will take questions or comments or thoughts or reflections by raise of hands. So after seeing that performance, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? And do you have any questions? Yes, please.
I noticed that towards the bottom there were more shells, and as you go up, there was less and less.
Yeah, so you're looking at a picture and there's more shells at the bottom. Yeah, totally.
Speak loud and clear. Loud,
Other
loud,
thoughts or
loud.
reflections? Yes.
When you were talking about the acid, I realized there was a bunch of acid on the wall.
Yeah, so did you see some of the barrels of acid and pollution, right?
And paint.
And paint.